Namaste. I am Devat Maharaja and I would like to welcome you all to my YouTube channel called Brahma Gaje, a channel that is devoted to philosophical discourse. Please do not forget to click on that subscribe button and also that like button. In this episode, we will continue the summary of Srimad Bhagavad Katha that was held at a local temple here in Maryland. The temple is called the Greater Baltimore Temple in Finksburg, Maryland. And the Katha was conducted by the high priest of the temple, Acharya Sri Padmanabh Joshi. In this episode, I will provide a summary of the day 2. On this day, Panditji started with this idea that we spend our entire life after desires, wants, needs. And sometimes these carnal desires that we spend our lifetime for are temperamental. They are limited. Yes, they provide some joy, they provide some happiness, but that happiness doesn't last. It is so limited that this sukh, this pleasure, this joy that we get is not eternal. And these efforts that we have for fulfilling these desires, their carnal materialistic desires, then are totally wasted because it doesn't last. The pleasure, the joy, the happiness doesn't last. A poetry came into my mind, a poetry by Narsi Mehta, about 15th century. And the poetry goes like this: Sukh sansari mithya kari manajo, Krishna vina biju sarve kacho. Sukh, the pleasure, the joy. Please consider that mithya, useless, false. It gives you a false impression that you will gain this ultimate pleasure from this carnal materialistic desires, but then it doesn't last. In the end, that joy, that pleasure perishes. Therefore, the ultimate joy, the ultimate pleasure, the ultimate bliss can only be attained through a search of the higher truth, the meditation, the path of meditation, in which then you can align yourself with the cosmos. Therefore, this Brahma Gaje channel, the idea is align your energy with the cosmos, meditate upon it, and search for the higher truth, and then you shall achieve the moksha, the nirvana, in which you will have the ultimate bliss, the ultimate pleasure. Krishna vina biju sarve kacho. Krishna is another name for the truth, the ultimate bliss. And once you attain that, you will be stable. Panditji talked about 24 avatars. He listed them. The first avatar was the Adi Purush avatar, from which the act of maintaining this creation started. The Adi Purush, the Vishnu, is the maintainer God, and thus the act of maintenance started. That is his first avatar. The second avatar is actually a set of 4 forms: Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar. And these 4 forms are simple little boys. They never grow old. They remain in that constant age and always spend their entire time in meditating, searching the higher truth. The third avatar is Varaha avatar, in which Lord Vishnu takes a form of a boar. There was a time when this earth was taken by a demon named Hiranyaksha, and he took it into the cosmic ocean, took the earth out of its orbit. And Lord Vishnu took a form of a boar and held the Prithvi, the earth, on his tusk, the teeth, and rescued it by killing the demon Hiranyaksha. The fourth avatar is the Narad avatar, the devotee of Lord Vishnu. And also Bhagwan Narad performs various tasks and helps with the maintenance of this universe. The fifth avatar is a pair of avatar, Nar and Narayan. And they symbolize truth and justice. So Nar and Narayan helped establishing truth and justice in this universe. The sixth avatar is the Kapil Dev avatar. Kapil Muni, Bhagwan Kapil Dev, is known for his philosophy of Sankhya Shastra, the knowledge through perception. The seventh avatar is Bhagwan Gurudev Datta, the idea of Trinity in one embodiment. The Creator God, the Maintainer God, and the Destroyer God, after all, are one, and that is Gurudev Datta. The eighth avatar is Yagnadev avatar, the ritualistic fire, the ritualistic holy fire that is used for attaining the greater energy, transferring, receiving, sending energy of the cosmos through yagna, the ritualistic fire. The ninth avatar is the avatar of Bhagwan Rishabdev, who was the son of King Nabhi and Queen Marudevi. And the story of Bhagwan Rishabdev goes like this, that one day Indra had arranged a celestial dance into the court of Bhagwan Rishabdev, the King Rishabdev then. And in that royal assembly, a dancer, Nilanjana, suddenly died, suddenly passed away while performing the act of dance. And Bhagwan Rishabdev realized that, look, these simple joys and pleasures are not the ultimate. And he does the renunciation of everything and goes for tap, meditation, to attain the higher truth, the nirvana. Bhagwan Rishabdev is also the founder of Jaina Sampradaya, who focuses on this idea that the materialistic pleasures, the worldly pleasures, again, are not the ultimate. The ultimate is the ultimate truth, and one should seek that in his or her lifetime. The 10th avatar is the avatar of Maharaja Prithu. Maharaja Prithu, the king of earth, replenishes the earth with vital natural resources when they were completely depleted. The 11th avatar is the Matsya avatar. Once the king of earth, the Manu, was in a big trouble because the entire earth was flooded. And Bhagwan Vishnu took a form of a fish, Matsya, to rescue the earth. The 12th avatar is the avatar of Katha, tortoise. Once upon a time, the Devas, the demigods, and Danavas, the demons, got together and did an act of churning the ocean, Samudra Manthan. They churned the ocean to receive various artifacts, including Amrit, the nectar of life. And Bhagavan Vishnu took a form of a tortoise, provided the base for that churning so that the Mandrachal Parvat, the mountain that was used as a tool, could have a base, a stable base to churn the ocean. And next two avatars follow that event. The 13th avatar is Bhagavan Dhanvantari, the god of Ayurveda, the god of medicine. And he's the one who actually brings out a pot of nectar, the nectar of immortality, the nectar of life, Amrit. The 14th avatar is the Mohini avatar. This is the only avatar in which the Vishnu Bhagavan takes a form of a female in this set of 24 avatars. The Mohini avatar was taken because this pot of immortality, life, had been given by Bhagavan Dhanvantari, and the demons and the devas were fighting for it. Only the devas deserved it. The demons did not deserve it, yet they were fighting for it. So Bhagavan Mohini takes a form of a beautiful female and distracts the demons so that the life is given to the demigods, Agni, etc., for the maintenance of this universe. The 15th avatar is the avatar of Hayagriva. One day, two demons, Madhu and Kaitab, had stolen all the knowledge from the universe, the Vedas, and completely took them with them. So Bhagavan Vishnu takes a form of Hayagriva in which it is a half human and the head is a head of a horse, and rescues the Vedas, the knowledge. The 16th avatar is the avatar of Narsim, in which the Bhagavan Vishnu takes the form of half human, half man, and half lion, and kills the demon, the brother of Hiranyaksh, Hiranyakashipu, who had created a havoc on this universe. Kills him with his fingernails. The 17th avatar is the Vaman avatar, in which Bhagavan Vishnu takes a form of a young boy who goes to then king, the demon king, Maharaja Bali, who was actually a devotee of Bhagavan Vishnu, but the Bali had to be ruling a different world, not the earth, not the heavens. So he rescues the earth and the heaven and the other worlds from Maharaja Bali and asks him for those worlds in just 3 steps. Yet he was a small little boy, but it takes 3 steps and covers the entire region, the whole universe basically, that Maharaja Bali had ruled, and Bali was given a different region to rule. The 18th avatar is the avatar of Bhagavan Parshuram, who annihilated, who killed the kings on this planet, in this universe, who were ruling unjustly. They had their discriminatory practices, not favorable to all. And thus, those kings who did such acts were annihilated by a Brahman warrior in the form of this avatar, Parshuram avatar, the 18th avatar. The 19th avatar is the avatar of Bhagavan Vedavyas, who created various Puranas, including this Puran, Srimad Bhagavad Puran, and provided the knowledge of cosmos into a simplified form through stories, so that common beings in the modern age, the Kali Yuga, can easily understand and relate. The 20th avatar is the avatar of Bhagavan Sri Ram, who kills a 10-head demon named Ravan. The 21st avatar is the avatar of Balaram, the elder brother of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And the 22nd avatar is the avatar of Shri Krishna himself. So the 20th avatar, Ram avatar, 21st avatar, the Balaram avatar, and the 22nd avatar, the Krishna avatar. The 21 avatar, Balaram, and 22nd avatar, the Krishna avatar, kind of work together in that age to kill various demons, including the demon Kansa, and also establish order on this planet through Pandavas. And they also perform various leelas. Krishna Bhagavan has performed many other leelas to again establish order and justice. The 23rd avatar is the avatar of Bhagavan Buddha, the Buddha Deva, who provides the noble paths, the 8 paths of worship, through which you can then achieve moksha, the path of meditation, and the whole idea of easily achieving the moksha. And he provides that philosophy. The school of thought, the Buddhism Sampradaya, was then founded upon his principles. The last avatar, the 24th avatar, is the avatar Kalki, which is yet to come. And it will come at the end, or towards the end of this modern age, the Kali Yuga, in which at that time there would be so much pain, so much suffering that Bhagavan Vishnu will again take a form of Bhagavan Kalki to restore order. And once Kali Yuga ends, the cycle begins again with Satyuga. So the whole idea of having different avatars of the maintainer God, the Vishnu, is as such that whenever there is trouble of any kind, the trouble of demons, the trouble of famine, and various other troubles, he comes and establishes order and normalizes it so that the task of maintenance of this universe can continue. The maintenance of this entire creation can continue. And thus he takes various forms, the avatars, during different time periods. Next, we talked about, the Panditji talked about how Narad had suggested to Vedavyasa that you create various Purans to again simplify the knowledge of the cosmos in a various simple, easy to understand format through stories. And thus various Puranas were born, including this Srimad Bhagavad Puran. Then Panditji talked about the story of Narad, how once in a lifetime, Narad was simply a boy of a dasi, a servant who served various sages. And one day, Narad's mother was traveling and accidentally stepped on a cobra. And a cobra bit her and she died instantly. Narad was left an orphan, but this little boy was not scared. In fact, he considered that as an opportunity to spend his life searching the higher truth. Thus he went to the forest, meditated very, very deeply. And Bhagavan Vishnu came to him and said, Narad, I'm really happy with your devotion. In your next birth, when this entire kalpa, this time period will end, after a pralaya, the annihilation, the new creation will start, and in that creation, you will be born as the son of Brahma, the creator God. And that's exactly what happened in the next cycle of creation. Narad is born as the son of Brahma, and that is the cycle we are in currently. After that, Panditji talked about Shukadeva, the son of Vedavyas, who recited this Srimad Bhagavad to then trouble the king, Parikshit. And we will learn about Parikshit in later episodes, the story of Maharaja Parikshit. After that, Panditji talked about an ill-fated Brahmin warrior, Ashwatthama. There was this big war, Mahabharata, in which the good side and the evil side fought with each other. The good side was led by Shri Krishna, and the evil side was led by Duryodhana. The Duryodhana was defeated, the evil was defeated, the order was restored by Shri Krishna. But Duryodhana was broken, laying around in the battlefield, almost dying. And his best friend, who had taken the side of the evil, the knowledgeable, the great mighty warrior Ashwatthama, who did not join the good side, but had joined the bad side, again, for seeking materialistic pleasures, which again did not last. So he was defeated. He had performed many evil deeds with his friend Duryodhana. And Ashwatthama goes to Duryodhana and says, Duryodhana, I am going to take a revenge for you. I am going to kill those Pandavas, the enemies of Duryodhana. Mighty Ashwatthama goes to the place, the tent where Pandavas were resting, and sneakily one night just enters the tent and accidentally kills the 5 sons of the 5 Pandavas. Because the sons almost looked like the Pandavas, and in their sleep, he couldn't really tell. He kills them in their sleep, chops their heads, and brings the heads to Duryodhana. Again, at this time, Ashwatthama doesn't know that he has actually accidentally killed the sons of Pandava, not the Pandavas themselves. He thinks he had killed the Pandavas and brings all the 5 heads to Duryodhana, who was dying in the battlefield. Duryodhana touches the heads and finds it very soft and realizes that these are not the Pandavas, these are the children of Pandavas. And he was extremely angry, devastated, heartbroken, and tells his friends, Ashwatthama, you did not take the right revenge. You did not actually do the revenge. You killed the children of Pandavas who were sleeping. You killed them in their sleep. What a terrible act you did. You consider yourself the warrior, and this cowardly act is what you do? I want nothing to do with you. Ashwatthama becomes even more angry and says, oh my gosh, I accidentally killed the children of Pandavas. I was supposed to kill the Pandavas. I am going to go again at it. And this time, he invokes the Brahmastra, the weapon of the creator god, which actually can destroy the entire creation. And he was capable of invoking it. He just did not know how to nullify it. But he didn't want to nullify it. He just wanted to destroy everything at this point. So invokes Brahmastra against the Pandavas. Arjun, under the guidance of Sri Krishna, realizes this. This weapon cannot be defeated. But he knew how to calmly wrest it. So he does another Brahmastra against this Brahmastra and knows the art of properly dismantling this terrible weapon, the weapon of creation, the weapon of destruction, the creator god's weapon, the Brahmastra. The situation is then under control thanks to Lord Krishna's guidance and Arjun's act. Arjun goes and captures Ashwatthama, takes him to his elder brother, the king Yudhishthira, and other Pandavas, and also the wife Draupadi. Draupadi sees this once great warrior performing this cowardly act, killing her own sons in sleep. She was grief-stricken. She was heartbroken, grief-stricken in such a way that she really couldn't hold her emotions. But still says, I want to forgive the Brahmin. His punishment should be to think about this cowardly act for rest of his life and just live in that pain. That was the thought, and she lets him go. But the ill-fated Brahmin Ashwatthama does not realize that. He knows that he has killed the 5 sons of the Pandavas, but there is still the lineage, the line of Pandavas alive. There is an unborn child in the womb of Uttara. This child would be the grandson of Pandavas. he does invoke the same weapon, the weapon of ultimate destruction, the Brahmastra, the weapon of the Creator God, again. And this time, directs the weapon towards the womb of Uttara, towards that unborn child, thinking that he will eventually, completely get rid of the line of Pandavas. The weapon, the Brahmastra, is very, very strong, again, cannot be defeated, and the creation actually could end. But this time it's focused towards the womb of Uttara. Uttara realizes this and invokes, calls upon Sri Krishna. The Krishna enters the womb of Uttara, protects the child, and calms down the Brahmastra. The child, the unborn child, is saved. Ashwatthama is captured again, and this time Krishna says, we are not going to let him just simply go, and takes money from his forehead. This jewel that Ashwatthama had provided him the power, the energy. Without that, the Ashwatthama is completely clueless, powerless. And Krishna says, you shall live now until this creation lasts. And this will be now your true punishment, because every day you will think about the bad acts that you had performed. You will not die, but you will be in this terrible pain because this intellect is gone now. Your life is even worse than anybody can imagine. You'll be totally clueless, and you'll just wander around on this planet and in this universe, just endlessly traveling and wandering in pain and in grief. That is your punishment. And Ashwatthama was let go. But the child that was protected by Shri Krishna is born, and he's named Parikshit, the one who was protected by Shri Krishna. And Pandava's line is still carried upon. We will learn about Maharaja Parikshit and the story in the next episodes. This is where we rested, the day 2. And that is all I have for you. Namaste.